Welcome back, Redeemers. Thank you for joining us again. My name is Curtis.
Nick.
안녕,
And today we got a special request from longtime Redeemer Chelsea. Thanks, Chelsea. From Dimash, titled SOS. So without further ado,
help me.
let's get into it and see what we got.
It was a bop. It was a time.
Dimash, digital show.
I still love that beat too. I knew it.
Oxymoron.
Shit.
Voici le SOS d'un terrien en détresse.
Triangle.
J'ai sur toi, je peux pas très besoin. Je suis loin de ma peau. Je t'ai voulu de la voix. Je passe très Je toujours confondais les vies avec le pont dessiné. Quand nous on file, tu me t'as trop. Je sens quelque chose qui m'attire.
Not the wings.
Sheesh.
Pourquoi je vis? Pourquoi je meurs? Pourquoi je meurs?
Didn't think it was an angel.
Je ne crois pas à l'étoile de notre monde. Et sur terre, c'est que mon sang te perdra. Le monde est gâté.
Sheesh.
Yeah, he's one of the most talented singers I've ever heard in my life.
Easy.
Probably just was. I love the way how it's like so much power there, but he kind of can like focus it whenever he feels the need to. it's almost like he's a ventriloquist at sometimes, because sometimes it seems like three people are singing on the track at like times where, I guess it's really like how can I explain this? The way he does certain transitions. Some people don't have like those smooth transitions when they're going from like chest voice to like head voice or anything like that. They might need like a moment to kind of like stop or like kind of one of those texts. Yeah, almost just kind of like a like, you know, they'll sneak it in, or sometimes that's the whole point of being in the booth, is that sometimes you're able to do those cut-ins or plug-ins and like, you know, splice stuff and everything else. He's live doing all this stuff and just kind of easily throwing his voice around. So like, you know, that's decent. And I've said enough about his talent on other videos. What I will say this time too is that if I did have a gripe, it was that some of the songs seemed like more of performances, and it wasn't nothing that I would really like download. I might actually download this one, and I think I am going to download this one, because this seems like something that you can play if you're writing something. Sometimes like Nas isn't here. Nas has a playlist that's just kind of like this,
Epic stuff.
just epic playlists just to kind of have on for stuff. This actually might be my favorite track from him, just because I kind of like the musicality a little bit more than everything. The musicality actually matched what his voice was bringing, versus sometimes where I felt like some things were just him doing like those what do I call them, the lyrical vocal exercises. So I really like this one a lot. He brought it. I think I'm going to download this.
This is actually probably my favorite, I guess, to say. Technically, I've watched 3, but only been for 2 reactions from him. This one definitely is the most musical, and seems like kind of a song with proper transitions and everything like that. I'm not going to download this. Well, I'm not going to like listen to this every day, but this is definitely something that would go on like a I have a playlist of like epic songs. I have a playlist like ethereal type songs, ominous, everything like that. So it was just kind of, when I want to write as well, this is literally what I do. So I would do that. I would say my favorite thing about this though would be the performance with the stuff with the screen and transitions when he goes deep and, you know, just begins to belt and the lightning flashes. I thought that was a dope touch. And then when he starts to kind of like just float and everything with the falsetto, you see the wings and everything like that behind him. And then when he goes off again and begins to belt again, they explode. So I love that. I think this would be like a real dope show to go watch. Very trippy, actually. I'd probably like lose my shit if I, you know.
Was inebriated?
Exactly. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going with it. This would be like a dope Vegas show to go see, you know.
For sure.
Off some, even sober, but I can just imagine it, you know, not sober. So, but this is pretty fun, man. Like I said,
I can't be too high. I'm gonna think I'm in heaven or something.
I don't know, man.
I tripped
I might take you to hell on the next note.
I'm like, the White Walkers are coming. I'm like, the White Walkers are coming.
They're like, get him out of here.
But get his ass out of here, please. But yeah, man. This is what my synopsis of Dimash so far is that he's very much a performance artist. Excuse me. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. He's someone I'd much rather see than like listen to. You know, I would rather, Dimash is in, you know, let's go to a show, check it out, rather than like everyday listening and everything like that.
Tell me in the comments who were his inspirations, because that might I'm not gonna say clear up a few things.
Like Luciano Pavarotti.
Then when people started like doing things like that, then it'd be like, you know what? Now things kind of make sense musicality, because it'd just be wild. It's like, yeah, you listen to Prince or something like that. You'd be like, oh, didn't know that.
Prince, I've been having like, not really. So, but this is cool. You know, Prince shady as shit.
Prince so shady.
But yeah, he's definitely someone I would much rather see than like listen to.
Yeah, I really like this a lot. Like, I certainly understand, you know, what you guys are saying and your points and everything. That like the performance aspect of him, you can never overlook or understate or anything like that, because you know his performances are truly like in a league of their own. I mean, everything he's able to do with his voice, musically. Like again, I definitely wonder how often he's able to actually have a show, just with how much strain and everything is on his voice. And I'm not necessarily trying to rehash like things from old videos or anything like that because it's certainly how I feel through and through. But it's just what he's able to do with his voice is like incredible. But it's not just the notes he's able to hit. It's like how quickly he can jump from one note to the next, whether it's several octaves up or several down. Almost seemingly like effortlessly, and hitting it with like such perfection like every single time. But it's also like what I will say as far as like the emotion is able to be hit so much more through performances like this, in the sense that if you are capable of hitting every single note like known to man basically, like if you can put so much emphasis and strain on any particular word that you want. So if that word is, like the whole why do I laugh, why do I cry, if he goes down the octaves and it's like a somberness versus if he's like belting out like for the crying aspect, like he's like pouring his heart out. So you can just add so much emotion. And I will say that's my biggest takeaway is when you're able to add so much emotion behind the words that you're saying, that will always make music resonate, I feel like to its fullest capability. Mm-hmm. And I do admit, I mean, this being without a booth every single time, again, you don't get the luxury of those, cuts and edits and engineering kind of tricks to help bolster those things. I certainly would be curious to see if he had any kind of track that was like in a studio with production or anything like that, as far as just because like imagine his vocals layering on top of themselves. Like he's literally a one-man band in the sense that he's able to do so much vocally. I definitely love the aspects that I definitely love the aspects that the band brought to it themselves, whether it be the drums or even the triangle, which I thought was a rare inclusion. But I didn't know if the triangle was actually used as an instrument or more so of a cue, because whenever it was clicked, he would like jump.
I like that register. He kept clicking it to another register.
So that was like a flip switch. I don't know if that was to say like mentally, because again he's like asking himself all these philosophical questions. So I didn't know if that was like the switch of the thought. Therefore, the boost or sync of his notes that he was hitting. But I love the whole philosophical aspect of everything, starting out, why do I laugh, why do I cry, why do I live, why do I die, like even those first couple lines, the oxymorons of everything, like you're able to spend maybe 5 seconds or so of lyricism and kind of get like audience into, your point of view and kind of just the things that you're sifting through. And then as far as the lighting and the stage performance aspects of everything that I loved, it was like, he talked about not wanting to live on the ground and seeing like how if you're above, and flying in the sky, like how everything looks so much more beautiful versus like when you're actually down here. Mm-hmm. So it kind of definitely gave almost like genie trapped in a bottle sort of vibes to me, in the sense that like, you feel contained kind of in this setting or something like that, and you just want to, fly and spread your wings and everything. And the stage presence, the reason I brought that point up was because the staging, the lighting with everything, with the wings literally spreading, but he talked about also wanting like a metamorphosis, and then when he hits another incredible high note, you get the explosion aspect, and that's where the seeming like metamorphosis seems to come. But all in all, and I was wondering kind of how he was going to like wrap up his thoughts on the subject, as far as if he was going to kind of get himself to a place of answering those deep questions. But I love that they chose to answer it from the aspect of child sleep or whatever, like a childlike innocence, in the sense that you're going to question these things but just kind of stay the process and rest seemingly. Like it was only literally 3 words, and I just thought he like wrapped it up like in a very I'm trying to think of how to word it, like
clean.
It was just really like I felt like the emotional punch of wrapping it up that way, as opposed, because I was of the because those are questions that people generally aren't going to have answers to. Mm-hmm. But I just think it was a really all-encompassing performance, and the whole SOS, saying that you're basically an earthling who's like looking for these answers, and almost seemingly that you can't get those answers in this world, which would justify the whole aspect of sleep, like just kind of like it's okay to not have answers to those things. But it just, the performance, the subject matter of the performance definitely makes you think a lot, and I think that's really amazing and introspective in its own right. But his performances are just mesmerizing every time.
Yeah, this is I'm probably gonna be a little extra, and some of y'all may not get this analogy. He give like game changer energy. Like he reminds me of like Steph Curry, in the sense of so like obviously Steph changed the game with like shooting threes. Me personally, I've never seen someone be able to hit like a to be like a bass and a tenor and to switch that within like zero point 0.5 seconds of like change that ocular in like 0.5 seconds. He literally was like bassy and was doing like chest and then went to like a head like falsetto, and it almost was in the same time that Steffa distanced himself and shoot a tray. Is this the future of music? Did Dimash change the world? It's gonna be the thumbnail, y'all. But yeah, I mean, am I being extra or
No,
you
I mean,
like?
that's how you see it. That's how you see it.
It was like that's all of you, King. Nah, I'm saying like you've seen enough vocal performances from '90s to now. To have you seen many people be able to kind of switch up like that fast, like the vocals that fast?
For the most part, I thought I've always been in the mindset that Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey are the most talented.
That's my 1A, that's my 1A, 1B of all time.
Greatest vocalist I've ever seen and heard and everything like that. With him, see, I was trying to like let you rock and let you go. My thing is with him, why I won't see it being a game changer. No, I mean I don't care really, but why I don't see him being the game changer in a sense of like just is going to like revolutionize music is because I don't think he's gonna.
Well,
I haven't listened to any of his.
I don't think that. Let me rephrase that. I don't think that.
Oh, okay.
Just because you don't even need to finish what you're going to say because I think I already know what you're about to say. The musicality wouldn't match their musicality. Was that where you were going to go with it?
Sort of, kind of. I just don't know what he would do for you to kind of like revolutionize the music. Phonetically. You would have to make some like contemporary or like pop music or something like that to kind of change music. I don't know what he would sound like doing that, like that's, and which is to my earlier point of I see him as a performance artist. There's people out there who do things who perform like this, who kind of just excel in vocal acrobatics and going off and everything like that. Like I said, it's not to sell them short, but there's difference between like performance artists, recording artists, and definitely a pop artist, and just kind of moving between the different realms and everything like that. So I think, like I said, his talent speaks for itself. It's kind of like Broly. And if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you kind of understand what I'm saying, where Broly is just like super overpowered and kind of everything like that. But Broly has like his story arc isn't like the most popular.
They had to change it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was one of my favorite movies there. Excuse me, the original. But it didn't really translate over to kind of pulling heartstrings and everything like that. It's just like, yo, this dude is OP. Excuse me, what can you kind of do with him and everything like that? He's in the sense of like, he's, like you say, he could do all those vocal acrobatics and everything like that. But as we know, recorded music and especially like music made for general consumption is what kind of moves the needle with stuff. So unless he went into that realm and kind of found a niche to excel in and everything like that, I don't think that would like have an effect on anyone else. Obviously, dude's been around for some time now, and
clearly has a following.
Yeah, he has a following, and we only, like I said, we've only heard of him because of like through the reactions and everything like that. And I don't even think everyone needs like a worldwide following right now, unless you're going. We see the ramifications of having such a big following, and I'm not even going to elaborate on that. But we see the ramifications of kind of having that. I think he's dope where he is, and I think he would, like I said, he would be a great Vegas show, and I would definitely go see him perform.
I think he is considered like a global phenomenon because he does have like those 300 million view videos and other stuff too, and I believe people do listen to everything. But I think with that being said, with the way the world and everything is marketed now, you can have you can have 1 billion views and someone may still not know who you are.
I did not know who BTS was. It's musically, I did not know who BTS was literally until last year.
So I definitely understand. But yeah, my comments weren't saying that like I think that he would be doing the game changing. Mine's is saying he has the ability, but I always know it's at the end of the day you kind of got to put it on wax.
Because shit, who in America that's a popular artist right now, like, you know, really shaking, you know, really even sings? Fuck being on his level, who really sings vocally besides doing like whispering and, you know, kind of that talk singing, that kind of shit.
Somewhere like
Yeah, well, he's
Sam
British.
he goes in and out of like being outside really, so he takes a lot of time off in between stuff. So that's kind of what.
Surgery.
Huh?
Said he had vocal surgery.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
I mean, it was at a time. I don't necessarily believe it was like quite recent. I mean,
He cool now.
Yeah. But
that,
and, no,
actually,
yeah, and
that
I'm
was
just
another reason I brought that up though, because you know sometimes singers literally have to have surgery.
yeah, you could develop a polyp in your voice. Wanye from Boyz II Men, he developed a polyp, and he definitely doesn't hit the same notes.
That's what I mean.
He
It's
used
just,
to.
you know.
Some people, it could be alcohol and drugs. I'm not ashamed to admit some of my favorite singers have fallen accustomed to that. KC used to hit some of the probably is my favorite baritone of all time, but he lost a lot of his power in his voice over the years. I mean, obviously he got older, and as well as you know, extracurricular stuff. So it happens. And don't even get me started on JoJo. He's a tenor. So.
Yeah, I ain't gonna turn this into a long thing. I definitely do get what you mean though about just kind of maybe taking like the top 5 vocal singer, like pop singers or something for right now if you went by charts, and then really asking questions like who sangs,
and who even just sings. Like I said, if you compare this era, you compare this to 20 years ago to 10 years ago, you know, and just look at not even just R&B, just in pop, how many people sing, and you know, it's kind of crazy how many people right now sing like fucking Katy Perry. Have a vocal ability of Katy Perry that's like charting and, you know, popping right now.
Yeah, it's hard when when you put the magnitude in like kind of the upper echelon of people. Even though I do think Charlie Puth and a couple of other people are considered in the upper echelon for stuff. Those are people who have platinum records, who have platinum singles, who have number ones, but I get what you mean. I feel like mega stars. I feel like
not even just mega. I think just kind of in general. I think the consensus is that the average person that comes out now that sings, they're not even really singing. Like for every Charlie Puth, Ari Lennox, or you know Jasmine Sullivan that you will have. You will have another one of these people that just, like I said, I don't want to name names because people get sensitive on stuff, and I don't think that anyone who listens to them would be watching this anyway. But still, people like, yeah. But a lot of the newer singers that come out now, they're very derivative of like Jhené Aiko and SZA.
Do you like? I was about to say like Summer Walker, SZA, like all. You like all of them?
Damn it, Nick! Fuck. It's the fuck. I'm trying to spin out of here. It's the 3rd time in a row he keeps trying to.
I keep watching, man.
Yeah, I'm like shit.
I'm not trying to shit on my sisters.
I wasn't trying to shit on the mom shit. I was trying to get the fuck. But I love Jhené. I love Jhené. She's my favorite. But like I said, I feel like that's her style, and a lot of people have taken it and run with it. SZA has her own style too. It works for her. It works for her for what she does. But just like a lot of the people after them, that's come after them and kind of take their style and build upon, or I can't even say build upon it, but just, you know, employ that technique of vocalization. Is I just don't consider a lot of it singing, or I don't hold it in the highest regard of singing. But I'm only one person, so they sell records. It works for them.
Yeah, I think it's and I'm not trying to box you in. I think it's a combination of both. Mm-hmm. You can have the most powerful voice in the world and do everything, but if you can't make a song, then it's really irrelevant. Mm-hmm. It's like you might as well just be, and I'm not saying that's exactly what he does or anyone else, you might as well just be kind of doing opera singing or performing at that point because you can't make a song.
You should just make niche music. Look at Jennifer Hudson. She was she had a pretty popular, she was on American Idol and was on Dreamgirls, everything. her songs just didn't resonate because of the way she sang. She had such a super
She was
powerful,
soulful,
churchy type voice, and you can't. People, I think the industry did that shit too. The industry tried to phase that out. You know, it's not even a conspiracy. If you really look at it, you see the industry was phasing that shit out.
Consumers allow it too sometimes, though.
Well, consumers, a lot of the time the consumers can be guided too, but you're right. Consumers do allow it. And then once the whole do it yourself, or, you know, you don't have to be talented. I mean, you don't have to be a true vocalist.
SoundCloud singers like.
Hey man, I call it how I see it, bro. If it's working for you, don't mind what I'm saying. It's just reality. But once Kanye and Drake their singing stuff got popular and everything like that, because neither one of them niggas are like the best vocalists. I'll say that shit out loud. I'm still a fan of both. But once their style of singing, and then you have people like Wiz Khalifa start doing it and everything like that, you know, I'm
very big, yeah, and I agree, bro. Not to step on your point, I'm very much one of them people too. If you can hold a note, I'm fine. Like what you singing, and most of those people you said they've done their homework and have took classes and done everything, and they both can hold notes.
Well, Kanye's a producer, so I feel, you know,
yeah,
I feel like he knows what he's doing when he does it. The Drake thing, you know, like I said, he's not the first person to have that type of sound and sing like that, because yeah, exactly. Bobby Brown wasn't the greatest vocalist ever,
but Bobby always made it work, and Bobby knew how to write.
He had Babyface writing for him and producing for him, so it was bound
Match
to work.
made in heaven.
I feel like Babyface can make anybody sound good. So
it's everybody working on the Babyface list.
This has been Lowe's crazy takes.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I admire the artistry that goes into, you know, the love of the craft and aspects of that nature. So I definitely understand what you guys are saying as far as, you know, the having it on wax and like having, like, you know, songs and, you know, connecting with audiences on that way. But it, like, I'm not, you know, turning it into a long spiel or anything like that, but it kind of is akin to me, or at least in a similar vein of theater performing for acting versus, you know, film or TV. There's just something different. Some people love the feeding off the crowd aspects of everything versus the narrative, and it's just yeah, there's different styles to it, but it's all to say that I admire his artistry first and foremost. You know, the talent is, you know, clearly beyond this world that he has. Like, it's just little sneaky. But no, the talent that he has is just ridiculous, and, you know, the dedication to the craft and being able, you know, to hit the notes that he hits and constantly train and work that muscle, so to speak. I'll always, you know, first and foremost admire, you know, those aspects and dedication to it. But yeah, whether it's performances or any kind of record or anything like that, it's incredibly powerful to, you know, see him perform and hear his voice. So, you know, regardless of, you know, kind of the way we box it in or anything like that, I just, you know, he's incredibly special.
Like, comment, subscribe, #Redeemers. Let us know how y'all feel about everything. Let us know if Lil was wrong. It's like, nah, like, it's just like, what the fuck? Love you to death. Thank you for the show. See you. Can holler at y'all. Peace.